So your underlying energy is the Page of Swords. That's interesting. And the Eight of Cups. So truth is important, especially when it comes to one's feeling of not feeling satisfied. Okay, someone is not happy, not in a bad way though. I don't think it's not in the sense of like someone's pissed off or angry. So it's more along the lines of somebody, someone definitely walked away from a situation, or somebody just definitely didn't feel like they were, they weren't satisfied. They weren't getting what they were looking for in the situation. Nothing really resonated with them as far as, feeling fulfilled goes. Like getting exactly what they wanted out of something. But that didn't deter them from finding what truly made them happy. Now, the Page of Swords could be that this is about communication or saying something that's obviously worthwhile. And I feel like Scorpio, with this Page of Swords is also about personal truth, being honest with oneself, as well as gaining more information. I think maybe somebody may be spying to doing some sort of shadow work here. Mouth's a little dry, so bear with me. So, starting from one side, Justice coming up here. Somebody mentally definitely is looking for some sort of apology. I think somebody may have done something where, they felt like there was some sort of injustice or some sort of imbalance here. Whether this is the person that believes that they're the one that did the injustice, or they believe that they're the other person maybe, or there's some sort of need for accountability here. This person is very focused on accountability. Now, considering we have honeymoon here, it could also indicate that there's some sort of union or some sort of connection with this individual, or some sort of connecting with some individual here. Justice can indicate union just as much as it can indicate divorce. And I feel like with this kind of situation going on here, I feel like there's somebody here that, that may want to kind of mend a bridge, kind of forget, let bygones be bygones, only after someone admits to their truth. With this, the sword here, right? Without the scales, and the sword wouldn't be. Well, the scales wouldn't be there without the sword. So, without truth and facts, how can you level these things out? And I feel like somebody might want a truth, so that way things can be leveled out. And it kind of corresponds with this Knight of Swords. Somebody's fighting for something, or very aggressive about some sort of truth. Mentally, they're going at it hardcore. They may have the mentality of a Gemini, right? So they could have the soul of a Gemini or something like that. Gemini moon, perhaps. But this also could indicate this person is just a Gemini sun or whatever. It depends. Either way, this also could indicate here that this person is plain old, just like either Libra, Gemini energy here. That's very direct. Scorpio, Pisces. But ultimately, though, I feel like this person is very aggressive about how they communicate. They really know what they believe in, but they don't need another side. They're kind of like, they're already on the defense, or the offense rather, ready to attack, just quick like that without actually getting any information. And that's the problem. Because I think this person here at least wants to know both sides of the story, trying to get some information. But this person here is not trying to do that. So this person is like really quick to go after something, go into something. They got an axe to grind. Now, the physical aspect of this is that everybody's coming from a place of wanting to create something stable. This person's planning for the future, at least trying to see that there's even any potential for that with the Three of Pentacles here. While this other person here is already committed, ready to go. Right? They've offered, perhaps this person even offer something of great value. And I feel like this person may be the person that may be offering this, this commitment. Whether this is marriage or this is, trying to build something of great value, moving in a direction of stability. I feel like the person here has the mentality of being ready to settle down and see where things go, right? Because this is a really big step. And I feel like this person right now is kind of trying to make a decision about, or maybe not make a decision, but they're planning for the future already. They're trying to see what the future looks like, if not making plans already to see about, well, not necessarily to see, but making plans in regards to how the dynamic of the relationship will work with moving forward, with moving together in a very stable direction, with a very grounded direction. Now, the foundation, or the root spirit aspect of this is death and the moon. Now, the reason why this person is going crazy here, kind of being combative, or this person's like ready to kind of bite your head off, really, kind of, is because they're dealing with some sort of fears here. Now, the reason why they haven't fully committed here, which the Three of Pentacles is coming up, not like this individual, is because they're scared. They're scared. Each person in this reading shows a little bit of what they're going through. And this person here is slightly afraid of taking the step, committing to something, moving forward. This person is defending themselves because I don't think they feel necessarily attacked, but they're attacking because they're afraid of what, of commitment. I don't know if they're afraid of commitment or they're afraid of what's to come, or what have you. They're not trusting of themselves, at the very least, anyone else. And this person over here with the Death card coming up, this right here is telling me straight up, this person is going through some sort of new life thing, right? They're transitioning, they're changing, And I don't think this person's necessarily afraid here. I feel like this person's going through a very difficult transition, allowing a new world to come through, but they're having to forgive something at the same time. So like I was saying with justice, this person may want an apology or some sort of justification. Someone wants someone to take accountability. But this is only for them to free up the space to actually, truly embrace the Ace of Pentacles. Because there's not really a full-on commitment here, right? Even though this person is saying it, the surface value, I think they want to, but foundationally, they're trying to make space for this. They're trying to make this happen. And that transition is not only bringing them new life, but they're also still having to forgive and allow things to be, to pass through. Now, the challenge, what both parties bring to the table, and the challenge of this relationship is the Seven of Wands here, right? So the Seven of Wands coming up here is obviously defensive energy, protective, right? Everybody's super protective of themselves, super protective of what they're getting into. The challenge is being fearless, right? The obstacle, right, is being fearless, not taking things by the helm, going by and creating whatever it is that both of these people want. It's fighting for it together and tackling a situation where there's going to be definitely some difficult times. And I feel like with the Queen of Wands, like, she's confident in herself. The confidence is there. And I feel like there's only one person that is at least trying to adjust. This person here may be finding it harder. I don't think this person is not trying to adjust, but this person is definitely making the stride to go in a direction where they're going to, where they're, not letting this pain, this disappointment, this stuff, keep them from starting something new. Because you see the Ace of Pentacles and Justices here, right? They're not letting this past energy keep them from starting something new. They're going to try. But even when they do that, it's still a little bit of a defense mechanism. This person, I feel like, recognizes that they have the advantage, but this person has to recognize they have the same advantage too. And it's just hard to see it the way that they've been, it's hard to see it that way because how their foundation has been on the side of kind of fear, scared, kind of heading in a direction where there's no sort of, there's no guarantee. And I feel like this Three of Pentacles with the Moon is like you're expecting a guarantee when you don't necessarily, you can't have a guarantee. This person can't physically have a guarantee, It's something that they both have to, this person especially has to discover as they go through, has to go forward, and it has to trust their trust their intuition, go forward with how they feel. The Queen of Wands goes with how she feels, goes with what she enjoys. And this fear can apprehend this person from doing a lot of things and especially make them aggressive. But I don't think that they're trying to be aggressive to be mean. They're aggressive to protect themselves. It's the lack of confidence in themselves and what they, and trusting their intuition, trusting that, hey, even though something may not be exactly clear on where it's going, like this sort of confidence thing, this is what's keeping them from being able to truly, be happy, to truly be in honeymoon phase. But I feel like this separation, this time apart, this is just the kind of discovery of this, right? Honeymoon is about enjoying the bliss and holiday time together. And I think this break is really what's allowing the the facades to kind of unfold. And not facade, because I don't think anybody's lying or trying to cover anything up. Okay, because the Page of Swords here, the Knight of Swords, and then the Moon. I mean, they are not very good liars, to be honest with you. They are very, they just say what the hell's their problem. And the Moon coming up, yeah, like there's nothing really to be hidden with the Queen of Wands here. Nothing really to be hidden. It's very transparent of what's bugging this person. But it's about coming at it from a place of compassion. Both parties are going through something very interesting, because at least this person has like the awareness almost to kind of be open to, counseling, if that makes sense. Consoling this individual. I don't think this person's radical or losing their mind or going crazy, but I do think that this person needs to understand, or needs to feel like they are supported in some way. They have to do it by themselves. They have to feel that, that stability and that sense of self on their own. And I feel like this honeymoon time, this separation from the world, and spending time together, and relaxing and being in a non-stressful environment, even if this isn't a literal honeymoon, this could be like really helping both parties, see each other from both sides, where they're coming from, and help find things and help build a foundation that both works together with each other and a healthy relationship. And yeah, I think that's what's going on here. Wow. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at your Whispers of Love. You got some interesting stuff going on here. Wow, choose love. As to what you should do. You always do. And this person, the way that they're acting is always, it's coming from a place of trying to protect themselves. They're not trying to be horrible. They're not trying to be mean. And if they have been aggressive, they have been protective of you especially, right? If this isn't you, right? If you're protective, they're protective of the person that they love, protective of the person they're greatly passionate for. It's because they're afraid. There's something that they're afraid of. So give this person time, but also communication is a really big thing. Talking it through, getting more information. Uncovering the darkness is the best thing, and the best way to get through an energy of such, great intensity is by talking about it. At least talking about it, but also trusting and going through and facing the fear. Whatever it is that's making this person so skittish or so afraid, them to really face it. I don't think this person's trying to run. I think they're going in and trying to fight for this. But the thing is, it's just, it's this period in time, this honeymoon. I feel like it's what's going to help them through, or this, this connection with you and this individual. But they have to kind of do it on their own. If that makes sense. The Queen of Wands is a very independent card. She's very independent. She does things on her own. So this person may have to do their own thing in their own time.